loves, it's Elle and welcome back to my channel, and thank you so much for being here. Today we're going to do a very fun look with the new palette that just came out from Urban Decay. I'm trying to do some more fun videos with you on new launches that I've gotten in PR. So before we get started, hit that subscribe button, share this video with somebody you think might like it, and let's do it. All right, loves, so I am doing my eyes with this brand new palette. It is called Naked Reloaded, and they recently sent it to me, and I've been playing with it a lot lately, and I've really been enjoying it. So I thought I would show you a look to see how to use this palette. This palette is $44. Honestly, it launches... Oh, it actually launches the 7th. A reinvention of the original Naked palette featuring 11 all new shades and the return of one cult favorite that redefined neutrals. It is free of sulfates and parabens and phthalates, which is fantastic. And of course, as Urban Decay always is, it's cruelty free. So it has in this palette, it has these pans, okay? So it has the standard pans here, and then it has two larger pans on the side. Now, what they say is that these shades are universally flattering, and the 4 outer pans are bigger. Oh, the 4 of them are bigger. Oh yeah, I guess you're right. So the ones in the middle are actually the regular standard size, and then this ones are slightly bigger, and then these ones are a lot bigger right here. And what they say is that the 4 pans are bigger and feature the shades you'll use most. A bright peach hue stands out among the warm and cool mattes, metallics, and iridescent micro shimmers. I actually love that idea because don't you find yourself usually running out of certain colors that are a little bit more neutral that you would use for, you know, a transition shade of some sort? So that's really smart. I don't have the rest of my makeup done because I always like to do my eyes first. I do have my foundation on because I'm in the middle of a foundation Friday, but we're gonna do a fun little look here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with this shade all over, okay, right here, and that is called Bribe. And I'm going to place this all over the eye. This powder actually has a tiny bit of shift to it. That's something to note. I just wanna, so it's not all matte, this shade. It is a little shift to it. So be careful when you use it on the brow bone. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this beautiful, I'm going to layer a couple different colors. So this is going to be a little bit of an advanced eyeshadow technique. I'm going to go in with Boundaries, which is right here. And then I'm going to go into the color right next to it, which is called Blocked. And I'm going to start by really defining this brush, by the way, if you have a smaller eye shape, is going to be way too big for you. It is the Sigma Large Flat E50 brush. I just like to use this one when I'm trying to cover a lot of space, kind of in a more quicker fashion. This color is matte, and it is a beautiful transition color that a lot of people can use for sure. And now going back in with a flat brush, this is the ZOEVA 234 brush. I'm going to go into that bucked color, which is the color next to it. And I'm going to lay my brush on the side, and I'm going to start to pat this bad boy in and just give this outer corner a little bit more definition. And I'm going to really trace this in a little bit and bring this color in a little bit more. And by using these colors in a patting motion and then kind of a brushing, stroking motion, it's going to blend them really nicely together. And these shades are kind of very similar in hue, so what it's doing is it's starting to build layers of dimension in the eye. Now we're going to go into Retro, which is this beautiful little pinky corally peach color. On a fluffier brush, this is a brush that's lost its number. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to go from the outside again, and we're going to add a little bit of fun of color. And just working in the outer third and pulling this out. So it's okay if these colors kind of cover up each other because that's the whole point. It's adding dimension. You're not trying to build in darkness yet or depth. Look how pretty those colors all together are. Overall, these are all matte so far. and they are blending beautifully. You know that I'm a fan of the Urban Decay's palettes. I think they're really well made. All right, so now to bring some dimension into here, we're gonna go into the deepest shade in this palette, which is called Endgame, which is right here. And we're gonna build some definition. I'm gonna lay my brush on its side, and I'm going to use pressing motions. And when you're using a brush like this, that's not a blending brush, you wanna use it to deposit color and nothing else. You don't really want to blend with this brush. Then you can go back into a blending brush. I'm just going to go into the one that we used with the pink color. I wiped it off, and I'm going to do soft little blending motions and strokes. Now remember, when you're trying to build depth in this outer corner, going in lighter layers of the darkest color that you're using is really important, because you're going to be able to figure out what depth you want without going in with so much product. I am pulling this into the inner 1/3 of the eye. And again, this color is matte as well. Now I'm going to take my finger, and I'm actually going to use this one called Reputation and probably Angel Fire, which is this color right here. And I like to use my finger on shades like this because it's less fallout. And I'm just going to place this in the middle of the eye. And the colors seem to really, really stand out a lot more. Look how pretty that color is. There is quite a bit of fallout though, just FYI. I'm going to go in with Angel Fire, which is the lightest color, and just tap it a little bit on the corner. Really pretty defined eye. There's a lot you can do with this palette for sure. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a angled brush, and this is by ZOEVA. It's the 322 angled brush, and I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of any kind of rehydrating toner or spray. And I'm going to go into this color right here, which is called Dreamweaver. Little throwback to name that video where that movie has gotten so popular. Old school, like back in the day. Name that one in the comment section. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp that color on. And the reason why I'm doing this way is because it's just going to give something a little bit fun. It's not as harsh as a black line, and it just is a great way to use that kind of smoky gray color in this palette if you're not trying to do a super dramatic eye. Look at, see how soft that lash line definition is, but it really will come off in person as a more defined eye. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up this fallout. That's why I don't do my concealer right away, and I'll show you how to finish up this eye. All right, love, so everything is on. I'm going to show you how I finished up this eye. All I did was I went in with Distilled, which is this kind of deeper, cooler tone bronzy brown, and I just went under the eye with a pencil brush. Now remembering to connect the outside corner. So you want to remember to connect this corner right here to the portion that you just did on the top. And that's how you get that really wide eye effect on the outside here. And then I went in with the very first color we did, which is called Boundaries. And the reason why I do it a little bit different than most is because if you go in with the lightest color first, and then you go the darker after it, it won't soften the darkest color, and I like to soften the darker color so it's not so harsh. All right, so here is the final look. Everything is on. Overall, I love this palette. I think it's gorgeous. If you're looking for more of a neutral palette with some really nice punches of pigment in the color, I would absolutely, you know, look into this palette. I love the way that they have made some of the pans a little bit bigger. I also wanted to point out this color here on the end that we did not use, which is called Blur, is actually perfect for exactly what the name says. So if you happen to go a little bit too dark out here, take a little bit of blur and start to buff that out, and it will really diffuse everything and give that a little bit more of a blended effect. It's literally the same technique as using a translucent powder to do the same. So thank you so much for being here. The contest is simple. All you have to do is just make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Comment in the comment section below, just hi or something like that. And I will be giving a mystery box of goodies away to 2 lucky winners, and I will respond to the comments in the comments section 24 hours after this video goes live. And this is open internationally. So thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you on the next one. Lots of love from me to you. Mwah. Bye, guys. All right, so I know you guys love when I do in real light. This is what the eye looks like in natural light. I love how it turned out. This makes my green eyes really pop. It will for you as well. And it just turned out really, really nicely. And thank you so much. And I just wanted to show you some natural light goodness. All right, loves, see you soon.